Welcome everyone, back to Rimworld. So in between episodes, while I was editing the last episode, I saw that the progress bars for doing stuff like if we cut down this tree, chop wood, and we tell them to do that, this orange bar was missing, so I filled with a few of the mods, and I removed one of the mods that I used to create that animated short. So I've removed that mod. It wasn't in the main mod list anyway, so not much has changed. But because I tweaked around with mods a little bit, the save wouldn't load properly, so I just created a new world, but I made it a little bit harder. I started with the tribal start, so we have no tech at all other than this kind of basic stuff like pemmican and passive coolers. But I also I looked inside the crafting spot, and you can create all this wooden armor from the Medieval Times mod, I think. If we scroll over this, yep, it's from Medieval Times, and it gives like these buffs. It's a really cool mod. But other than that, not much has happened. Pretty much he's been doing the exact same things, so you guys haven't missed anything. So right now our priority is to start building a prison, and that's kind of what I've started doing down here. I'm gonna put like if we go to furniture, I'm gonna put a sleeping spot in here, and then I'll put a door right here. We already have one. Once we build up this last wall, this can become our prison, so that if any people attack us, because we haven't had the first raid on this map yet, so once that person comes, we might be able to capture and recruit them. There's also a lot more of the magical menagerie creatures on this map. We have a bunch of griffins on this map, so if you don't know what a griffin is, here's the lore. It is a creature with the body, tail, and back legs of a lion, and the head and wings of an eagle. So that's what a griffin is. And we also have if we go to the wildlife tab, Ermanthian boars. I actually have no idea what these are. So, they don't actually have there we go. The Ermanthian boar was a gargantuan, monstrous wild hog that inhabited the slopes of Mount Ermanthus, occasionally laying waste to the farmers' fields. The boar's capture was the objective of the fourth labor of Heracles. To capture the boar, Heracles drove it into the thick snow, considerably slowing its progress and advantage. I forget who Heracles is. He's either Greek or Roman, but that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna send Arthur to go hunt a few animals so that he can create himself a bedroll. And I think we're gonna have him hunt the gazelles, because they have a 0% chance of revenging, and they also drop a decent amount of meat and leather after they're killed. So let's send him good. He's relaxing socially with the camping fire. Wonderful. But yeah, he should just be able to shoot. We just got a turkey. He should just be able to kill these pretty easily, and it levels up his shooting skill. I created him a short bow, so that's why he's shooting these guys. Alright, our first raid here. A group of picks from the Maniac Wild Folks. David Chili Dominguez, I think that's how you say that. He's actually got some pretty decent stats. 9 melee, he's got the physically adept. So this is from a Rimworld of Magic, and this allows him to learn combat skills. And there's magically adept, which allows you to learn magic skills. So that's kind of what he does. He'll be another physical warrior, similar to Arthur, but his base stats are also really good too. He's got 8 social, 5 artistic with a burnt passion, 5 animals with a double burning passion, and 9 melee, so he'll be pretty decent. What gear does he have? Steel open salad helmet. That's cool. I think we can win this. Alright, I'll have Arthur head back up to our base, and we'll have him grab his wooden club so that he can use his skills down here. Alright, here is Chili, and because he has his phase strike ability, we're going to have him phase strike behind him. Alright, like that. There we go, he got the first hit. He's cut and slowed. So we're going to have him use blade spin. No, melee attack him. Get back into melee range. Beat him up. No, don't beat him, my campfire. Alright, we're doing pretty decently. And then we'll use Seismic Slash. Or not. Use your Seismic Slash ability. Come on. Why wouldn't he use it? It doesn't really matter. I think we've got this in the bag. Yeah, we do. And we're going to capture him. And then we'll tend to him, which will level up our medical, but we also might be able to recruit him. And apparently he's immediately ready to join us. I don't know why, but down here it says ready to join colony, so if I hit this recruit, he should just auto-recruit. Yep. Alright, that's pretty cool. And we can now name our colony. So if you guys have a better name, leave it down in the comments. But I guess we can just randomize 3 times. Treaty of Choco, that'll be our faction name. And Boxigo will be our settlement name. And I think from that fight, Arthur leveled up his might skill. Or might skill? No, he gained another point in his might. He had 3 the previous episode, so I just brought him up to that point. But he gained another one in this case, and I'm going to give him another level of body mastery, which will give him an extra 20% movement, 20% manipulation, and 10% more breathing. There we go. Alright guys, I've created an extra add-on because we have Chili and he's good at intellectual, and I was going to have him start researching. But for some reason this griffin is like bugged out and trapped in our stockpile. I guess it's just going to starve eventually. That's kind of weird. But anyway, let's put down our research bench. We need some steel, but that should be pretty easy to get. We have the wood, and we can collect more if we need it. But that'll allow us to start doing research. We also have enough plain leather now, after hunting a few of the gazelles, to start creating... Excuse me? No. We have enough to start creating plain leather bedrolls, so I'm going to give Arthur the first one. So I think I'm going to try and do something a little bit risky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to manhunter the griffin while this trader is here, and that will allow us to secure a bunch of food. Come on, hit it. Wow, he's really bad at shooting. Come on. I want him to at least hit it, because that should aggro it. Come on. There it goes. Oh, it's all of them? Oh no, the poor trade caravan. Hide inside, Arthur. Hide! Wow, this is pretty gruesome. I mean, all the humans are beating up all the mythical animals. Alright, that was definitely worth it. We just got pretty much a bunch of free meals. So, for free as well. So, we'll prioritize hunting him. And there we go. Bunch of free food. And from butchering the griffins, we got this light magical leather. It has 130% hit points, 130% sharp, which is really good, 24% blunt, and 150% heat. So that's really good, actually. It's got pretty decent insulation as well. But I think for right now, we're just going to be building a bed out of it. There we go. We'll give Chili that one. Alright, so we've kind of secured our food situation for a decent amount of time now. We've got 22 simple meals, and he was going to be able to cook another 7. But let's start looking at the research tree. In terms of research, we're going to want some kind of refrigeration. So I think we're going to go for ice sculpt. No, we don't want ice sculpting. We want something that can make ice. Magical circle? Maybe there's magic that can replicate that. That might be cool. Complex furniture will be nice too, because that will allow us to make beds. We'll go for complex furniture first. Alright. And then we'll go for medieval crafting. I think that works. Yeah, we'll go for medieval crafting after that. And we're also going to start growing a few crops because we kind of need a more stable situation for food instead of hunting. So we'll put a 7x7 of potatoes, a 5x7 of rice. There we go. And then if we look in the crafting spot, we can create these adobe bricks, but we need 15 hay. And I think adobe bricks insulate anything that we put in it. If we look at the storage pot, yeah, storage a large amount of items. So I think we're going to plant some hay in a growing zone right about here. That should be fine. And hay grass. There we go. So they should get onto that, and then we'll have a more secure food supply, as well as a bunch of adobe bricks to build stuff out of. Alright, we have another raid from the Deep Essus. It is a group of picks, and they have, if we look at these guys, they have, if we look at their gear, they have a shield, and this guy's a plasteel Carolingian sword, so he's actually pretty dangerous. And this person has a uranium war axe? you know, that might not be the safest thing to wield, but these guys are also pretty decent colonists. This person has 11 melee and 9 shooting, but they also have 9 animals, so they could be our tamer, but they're also really good at fighting. And this Bramble guy, he's got really good traits. He also has the magically gifted, so he'll be able to cast spells if once we give him a certain item. But he also has really good plants and decent construction, which he can level up quickly. So I think, if possible, we're going to try and recruit both of these guys. Alright, the enemies are coming in right now, and I gave Chili the bow, and I gave Arthur the club again. I want to hopefully improve his club. Alright, 10 damage is pretty good. I'm going to have him Seismic Slash Bramble first. Oh, okay, it missed. We'll have him Phase Strike. There we go. That didn't stun him, but it's better than nothing. And then we'll have him Blade Spin. And then we can have him run and have Chili just kind of open fire. What the? Excuse me? Something doesn't seem right here. Alright, problem fixed. We just needed a reload. But let's get back into this fight. Can he Phase Strike again? He doesn't have enough ability to Phase Strike. So what we're going to do is we're going to have him just melee. He will get beaten up pretty badly. But as long as we can hit them enough to slow them down. Alright, they are fleeing now. Why are you still attacking him then? Come on, knock them down. Alright, there we go. We took down both of them. He actually has the slowed. Okay, that's interesting. I guess that's from his Phase Strike. We need to capture Bramble. That's who we need to capture. But I'll have Chili strip Kendra in case she dies while out here, because right now we don't have another prison cell, so we might not be able to save her. Alright, Kendra is leaving, but that's kind of fine. She wasn't the one I really wanted anyway, because of a few of her traits aren't great, but she would have been a nice addition. But the main person that we wanted was Bramble, and we got all of her gear. Infection. Arthur, okay, that's fine. He can cure himself from the infection, so he'll be fine. But the main thing that we got is these plasteel and, oh, that's not great, is this plasteel and uranium war axe. That's a massive weapons upgrade. So we have a little bit of a problem here. Bramble went on a mental break, berserk, so he's trying to beat up people, and Chili has only a ranged weapon. Right now Bramble has no weapon, but, well, then again, Chili has almost 7 levels above him, but Bramble has armor still. So this might end up as a kind of risky fight. Alright, we'll have a melee attack. Okay, oh, okay, never mind. It wasn't a risky attack at all. And unfortunately, because we don't have any medicine, Arthur is going to bleed out. Well, not bleed out. He's going to die of his infection in the torso right here. 96%, so he's gonna die, but because he's an immortal, he'll come back, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, there we go. Arthur is back now, but he needs food. So, yeah, you can see how it's sort of flickering right here. It's trying to tell us that it needs food, but I think it's a bug with the Immortals mod, actually, because it heals him, but he's also hungry, so it's like a never-ending cycle. But again, his infections are now down to 50% with immunities of 90-ish. Yeah, 92. Yeah, 92. Okay. So he will not die again. And then we could have him... Okay, Ibex Stow Revenge. That's kind of fine. We'll have him butcher that and feed himself so that he doesn't starve to death. And I figured I would show off the run and gun mod here. This Ibex Stow right here has just revenged. And we can just run and shoot at the same time. But we do incur a accuracy penalty, so it's not all pluses. Also, I think we should check out the Z Levels beta mod. It's a really okay, they get food poisoning. It's a really cool mod that allows you to pretty much generate multiple layers. So there's like a layer beneath this and a layer beneath this, but there's also layers above. It's a really cool mod, and I think we should check it out. So I'm going to have him start building the wooden stairs down, which will allow us to access the layer beneath us. And the Deep Barbarians left us 2 medicine, so that's actually really good. And I better make sure that all of our people are set on herbal medicine, so in case someone who is not an immortal gets like an infection or something, we would be able to save them. Alright, we just built our tunnel down, so I'm going to send Arthur to go down into the tunnel, just to kind of show you guys what will happen. Right now it's generating the layer underneath us. Should be done any second. Hopefully. We also got this quest, Heatwave for pay. We're probably not going to accept it because right now we don't have any cooling other than these passive coolers, which aren't great. So if it does get too hot, our people will just die. But Arthur will survive because he's an immortal and such. But here we go. Here's the Z levels mod. I don't think Steam guys are supposed to spawn, but it gives us access to an entire new level that we can mine out and build down here. I also think it gets cooler. Oh, he went back up. But we can access it anyway. If we go down here, I think it like sort of insulates it, but either way, it's a really cool mod. I highly recommend you check it out. It's especially useful for things such as like a mountain, if you want to have like a basement or something. It's a really cool mod. I've also just queued up for them to make sort of a crop storage shed because I think that's kind of necessary. Our main, I guess, temporary stockpile here is almost filled up, so I created a slate structure with a wooden door, and I used the extended storage mod right here in the storage tab. I use the extended storage tab, the wooden food baskets. It pretty much allows you to put multiple stacks of items in one tile with these storage things. So it's a really cool mod. Again, highly recommend you check it out, and all the links are in the description. So if you want easy storage, check it out. It's really cool. Bramble has decided to go on a berserk again, but if we look up here, Arthur gained another level in another point. So we're going to max out body mastery here. And then we're going to go into his phase strike ability, and we're going to put one into the main ability, which means it'll cost more, but it'll also do more damage. And then what we're going to have him do is we'll have him phase strike into Bramble, and then he can attack him with his sword. This probably isn't the best of ideas because, you know, it's a sword, and we kind of want to recruit this guy, but I don't really care because he decided to berserk twice in a row. Luckily, he did survive, and he'll probably be just fine. So, yeah. Arthur just got a few bruises, and this guy, he did get cut and stabbed a few times, but nothing major. Unfortunately, Bramble got an infection in his right leg, and right now he's at 34% infection to 35% immunity. So we're going to be forced into using one of our good medicine to save him, which kind of sucks, but if it does save him, then that's a really good, thing, because we will have another good colonist. Train you back to herbal medicine, and let's check his health. We got a 97% tend, and it's now, okay, it's 38% to 42, so he should survive. And apparently he has heat stroke. Oh, there's a heat wave. Yep, that makes sense then. We better build a cooler in there then. Thankfully, Bramble managed to survive his infection, and he has developed immunity, so he will survive. And to wrap up this episode, we have a wine merchant from the kingdom of Kodo. So let's talk to him, and I'm assuming he's going to just have wine. He does indeed just have wine, which is kind of cool. I didn't know you could make alcohol with this medieval... Oh, it's from Vanilla Factions expanded. Okay, that's kind of cool. But as I said, I think that will wrap up this episode. Today has been pretty productive, mainly in the food department. We've built up a bit of a base. We're on the verge of recruiting our third person. We've set up this food storage. Overall, very productive. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Any support that does get us out there is very greatly appreciated. But yeah, I hope you guys do have a great day, and goodbye.